This is FIBA Podcast. Thank you for joining us in our morning daily devotion.
Greetings. We are currently in a 7-day series on the topic of 7 Hebrew words for worship, exploring the different expressions of worship as the Bible teaches us. My prayer is that each of these words would be as enlightening to you as it was to me, and informs as well as guides your experience of worshiping God. My name is Johanan, and I am the pastor of a local church in Bangalore. Let's get into the text. Till now, we looked at 2 Hebrew words that the Bible considers as worship, shachah, which is reverential awe, and halal, which is exuberant praise. Today, we look at the 3rd Hebrew word for worship in the Bible, yada, to give thanks with hands extended high. The act of extending our hands by lifting them high in worship is something very familiar in most Christian contexts. People look like they're having a very emotional or deeply personal experience when you see someone lifting their hands in public in Christian worship settings. What is the idea of lifting up hands in worship? The Hebrew behind the word indicates a public acknowledgement of God's goodness. What happens when a student lifts their hand up in the middle of a lecture to ask a question? All eyes are turned towards that individual, including the teachers. Why do they turn their eyes? There is the underlying assumption that there better be a good explanation why this individual has their hands raised. Apparently, their question seems pressing enough to make the lecturer pause to answer. However, in a classroom, a raised hand is assumed to be a question. But in Hebrew, the word yada indicates public thanksgiving from an individual experience. An example is seen in Psalm 107 verse 1 to 2, where this word occurs. Give thanks, there you have it, yada, to the Lord, for He is good, His love endures forever. And notice what the next word follows up with. Let the redeemed of the Lord tell their story, those He redeemed from the hand of the foe. Psalm 107 is a public call for individual thanksgiving. Why is this important? Why does it matter to call on people to tell their story? In my personal devotion on Psalm 119, I noticed something fresh this time. Among the many words related to God's word, the psalmist used the word testimonies. It is a word that occurs roughly 23 times, and each of those times it carries the sense of how the testimonies of the Lord sustain and encourage the psalmist. A testimony is a witness confession of something that the Lord has done for them. The psalmist of Psalm 119 implies that while God's law is immovable, while His commandments are lovely, while His precepts are righteous, His testimonies are cause for encouragement because laws were set in stone millennia ago. But testimonies are fresh evidences that God is still at work as recent as today. Yada signifies gratitude-centered worship for the experience of God's goodness. This is powerful within the Christian context because yada indicates that God is active today and He is worthy of being worshipped with our individual thanksgiving in public settings. This is why confession of testimonies during the church service is absolutely a treasure. Every time a hand is raised when we ask if anyone has a testimony to share in church, that's yada in action. Beloved, God is not only worthy of our utmost reverence by virtue of His glory. God is not only worthy of our most exuberant praise for His acts of valor, but a heart that has been touched with an intimate answer to prayer cannot help but raise their hands and tell their story. And God is worthy of these sacred interruptions. Friend, what is your story? And what did He do for you today? I'll see you on the next one.
Dear listener, we are here to stand with you in your time of need. We want to pray with you and for your prayer request. Do you need someone to talk to? We are here for you. Call us or send a message at +91 636 425 2164 +91 636 425 2164. God bless you.